warm welcome to this India Today, India Tomorrow special where we cut across generations to bring you a slice of life. And today we have two very special guests with us. Pusarla Venkata Sindhu is arguably the finest Indian sportswoman since independence, world championship winner in badminton and Olympic silver medalist. And with her is her father, P.V. Ramana, who very few might know was a tremendous volleyball player, Arjuna Award winner, and also bronze medalist at the 86 Asian Games. Thank you both very much for joining me.
Thank you.
Wonderful to have two sports persons on India Today, India Tomorrow. I often wonder, does sports run in the genes, PV? Somewhere I sense, Sindhu, that your father was the one who perhaps brought you into sport, and you could have been a good volleyball player yourself.
Obviously my mom and dad both were volleyball players, and my sister also used to play netball and basketball. So a lot of people ask me when I started playing badminton, they asked me why not volleyball. But it was my own interest that I've started off playing just for fun. And that's how I continued playing badminton. And they supported me in whichever sport I wanted to be in. So it was never like they never asked me to play volleyball or nothing like that.
Have you ever tried volleyball? Have you been a spiker or a blocker in volleyball ever?
I used to just serve, and then sometimes my dad used to hit shots. Then I used to just just take them. That's it. I mean, he was a bit scared that, if I hit them again, it will be swollen and again I can't play tomorrow. So he was much more careful about that.
Mr. Ramana, it's quite a story because you have two daughters. Most people sports person would say, we need a son. You actually made it clear that you're going to make your daughters champions. You broke all stereotypes. You never thought of making her a volleyball player?
No, because, she was showing much interest. And moreover, as a volleyball player, we have come across a team. It's a team where you have so many things to, come out of it. And that's the reason why I said better you have an individual sport, prove yourself, work hard, then automatically you will be the champion.
But was this something you had planned, or was this something that Sindhu just had these sporting genes or instincts in her? Did you plan it that we want to make our daughter a champion?
No, in the sense she started her sport near the house and next to my volleyball court. And because it's an individual sport, being a sportsman, so I could analyze how far she can go, to which level. Because keeping in view of the senior players in my mind, that time only Saina Nehwal was the top player in badminton. So, so 6 years of age gap between Saina and Sindhu, almost, nearly. So then when Sindhu started performing at the age of 13, then I was confident she'll definitely become a national champion. And that's how I encouraged her and I brought her to this.
Sindhu, what was that age when you said, I want to be a sportswoman? When did you first develop this excitement for badminton?
So I started at the age of 8, and obviously that time I never thought that I'll become a world champion or Olympic silver medalist. So it was just so fun near my house, and beside the volleyball court, there was a badminton court, and I started playing. So my first coach was Mehboob Ali and Muhammad Ali, and after 10 I shifted to Gopi Chand Academy, and they were under Gopi sir, there were other coaches as well. So that's how I started off. And it was just that, okay, let me see, every day. And then we had tournaments under 10, under 13. I kept winning in those tournaments. I kept doing really well. So it was just step by step. That time I never had big goals, and, I never thought that, I would come so far. But I think in 2012, that was, that was a turning point in my game where I knew that, I can prove myself and I can beat the international players and I can come to that standard.
What was it about badminton? What do you like about this sport? What excited you about badminton? What is it? There must have been something that grabbed your attention.
Yeah, badminton is my passion. And apart from badminton, people ask me, okay, if not badminton, then what? Well, I've never had choices because I always enjoyed playing badminton. And, when I used to play badminton, there were so many railway players my dad knew, and they used to come and make me play. So it was kind of like an advantage for me. And I showed, and I had so much interest that I never said, not today. in fact, I every day wanted to go. And even though our house was really far, almost like 56 kilometers, going 56 and coming back, and going and coming back 56. So it was like I was fine with it. Even then, I used to go to school. I used to come back. My school really supported well. In fact, they were like, "You keep winning many more matches for us, and we'll be very happy." So that way, I got encouragement from everywhere.
So you'd actually do school and then travel 56 kilometers back and forth to the Gopi Chand Academy. On what? Scooter? By car? How?
In car, yes, in car, and morning.
So dad would take you?
Sometimes my dad would take me. Yes, in the mornings my dad would take me because it was early in the morning, around like 5 o'clock, 4:30. So it was kind of going in the morning, coming back, school, back again, practice again, back. So it was like a daily journey.
This is huge sacrifice. People don't recognize. I know that your wife, Mr. Ramana, took voluntary retirement. She must have cooked her morning breakfast. You then at 4:35 are taking her 28 kilometers to the academy. I mean, was this a joint effort that you and your wife said, we will try and fulfill her dream?
Yeah, obviously, because, she used to get up around 3:30, my wife, and she used to prepare the breakfast and all, because she has to carry. So then by 5 o'clock, we have to be at the stadium. So after that, again, so while coming back, we used to finish our practice around 7 o'clock. So she used to have the breakfast in the car. And by that time, again, she has to make breakfast for both the childs, Sindhu and her sister, to go to school. Then her lunch. And I used to come back to the home for lunch from the office. So once we come back, then she used to go on her bike to the office, and elder daughter on her bike to the college. Then I used to drop Sindhu in the school. So we used to take a permission for the first period, that is around 9 o'clock. So 9:30 I can drop her. 9:30, 9:45 I drop her, I go to office. Again, lunch, I come back. Then she used to keep some, stuff for her, snacks and all. I used to pick up that, and I used to send her to the academy again with the driver, and I used to go back to the office.
Wow.
So this is how. And she used to come around 9:30 in the night. So by that time, so we used to, go to the classmate. So one of our classmates is just adjacent to our house. Then I used to write down the notes. We have to prepare the answers, questions and all those things. And we have to keep ready the homework and all. So by the time she comes, again, she used to go through around 8:30, 9 o'clock. So next day again, because school also is very important. So that's how we could manage her. And
I'm just wondering, listening to this story, you should, Sindhu, that Olympic medal you have to cut it into 3 pieces of 4. One for your sister, one for your mother, one for your father, and one for you, like a birthday cake. I mean, for you, they've made a huge amounts of sacrifice. Is this something that has always been important for you, the family and the support they gave you?
Yes, it was very important, and it is very important because the support they give you, and it's not that all the time you go to a match or you go for practice and come back. It's not only that, but also the support from your family is very much needed because sometimes you lose, sometimes you might be really upset, the way you played, and that is when family is always there to encourage you and support you and motivate you. So in that term, my parents, since they were volleyball players and since they were sports persons, they know what it is because they've experienced from that, and they tell me that it's okay, there's always a next time. So that is how they used to back me up and encourage me. And also when it comes to on court, so my dad analyzes my matches and tells me what mistake I do because when I'm playing on court, I might not know much. It's just that I just play on court and just focus on that particular point. But from outside, he would actually analyze and tell me that, okay, this is what you're doing. Just change this or change that.
Ramanaji, you're sitting at the matches with your wife, Vijaya. I've seen the two of you. She seems more tense than you. But are you tense or nervous? I mean, I presume Gopi is handling the badminton part of it, but the mental part of it, keeping Sindhu calm, is perhaps what you and your wife would do?
No. My wife is very calm. It's the other way.
Acha, you are the nervous person.
No,
I know, I wanted her on the show. She's too shy, I believe.
No, she's the other way. She used to sit calm and watch. I used to shout, you're playing this, you're playing that. So do this, that, and all this these things. So she used to tell me, better you don't come to the matches. So I'll go along with her most of the times. So that's the reason why you see most of the big tournaments, she has gone with her for the Asian Games or for the, only one World Championship I won. Prior to that, she went. And
that one World Championships I won, so it can be both ways.
So she was your lucky charm, right?
I must say it's not like that, but I also thought, oh, maybe. But then in the World Championships in 2019, my dad came. Right. So now I can't say one is lucky charm. So both of them traveled and I've won so many matches.
Yeah, maybe next year to the Olympics you need to take both of them. That's the best way. So you keep. But do they keep you calm? Is it important to have your parents there on this on court side at that moment? Is this a sort of how I know you do a bit of meditation? How do you keep yourself calm to sort of improve yourself in those tense moments in big matches?
Yes. When I go into a match, I think these all things really, I don't think about it. So, a lot of people keep shouting, they keep telling, play this, play that. But it's just that, when we go onto the court, it's just ourselves and we'll focus. And keeping calm, I'm sure that there is a lot of responsibility. There's a lot of pressure. But, you have to just go onto the court just thinking that, you have to give your best. That is very important, because if you think that, the expectations are a lot and I want to win for the people, that would add extra pressure, in fact. Yeah. So rather just go to the court with just a mindset thinking that, I have to give my best and just focus and just play your game. That's what I
How much of a difference, Mr. Ramana, does that make that you and your wife both played sports? She, of course, for the railways, volleyball, you played for the country, that you can, in a sense, while you you can pass some of that wisdom to your daughter. Have you been able to do that, look how to stay calm under pressure? Or is a team sport very different from an individual sport?
No, actually, to be very open, Sindhu is very calm while playing. And we wanted her to be more aggressive. So with the aggressive, but somehow slowly she is adopting to it. So, the aggression which I had, I used to tell her, at least 50% of my aggression you would have got, then you would have been at some other level. But,
you were a very aggressive volleyball player. You were the kind who would shout and scream and do the sort of bumps and all, is it?
Obviously, in volleyball, it's any game, it's a mental, sometimes you need to have that tactics, how to make a player to be more, irritative manner and grab the points from them. So sometimes it is required, but with some other players who are really aggressive, so we have to be calm. So we have to see the situation and play. So this.
But do you think that in Sindhu's time, the sport is, or any sport is much more competitive than it was when you were there? Or do you believe it was competitive then also and it's competitive today also?
No, it's equal. Even it's equal today. You need to have that aggression as and when required, what I feel.
I sense in Sindhu two things that seem from an outsider purely. You become more aggressive and your physical conditioning has improved. Has your father played a role in that? Bringing you the sort of volleyball instincts of becoming more aggressive and perhaps much more fitter?
He keeps telling me, you need to be more aggressive. And as he said, he used to tell, I was very aggressive at my time and you're just like nothing, you don't shout, you need to shout more louder. And I'm like, no, I shout, it's enough for me. But apart from that, physical fitness, right now in these times, he keeps telling me what to do. And also I have a trainer. I train in Suchitra Academy. And my trainer, I've been doing this since 2017. So that has really helped me, my physical fitness. So I've improved my physical fitness and it really helped me in many matches, yes.
Is that a big difference, Mr. Ramana, between sport then and now, that in your time, fitness was not such a big issue? Today, you have to be super fit. There are computers, there are trainers, and that is the big difference in a way in sport today. It's much more technical today than it ever was.
Yeah, no, you are 100% you are correct, because those days, we never used to have a specialist for a weight trainer or a fitness trainer to improve your endurance, or, somebody to analyze your matches and, tell how to play and all these things. But now, for these players, they have everything, right from the dietitian to the grassroots level players or all the top players. That's what I watch. Even today, I daily watch one match on YouTube of Sindhu, or, yesterday I was watching Okuhara and Taizui. The other day I was watching, Carolina and Sangju in all these matches, because you can learn more while watching on TV.
So you have a dietitian, Sindhu. You have a physical trainer. You can't eat all that spicy Andhra food, presumably as a result. But and you watch a lot of matches of all your main rivals. Am I right?
Yes, I think that is very, very important because everything is combined where, physical fitness is important, mentally you need to be fit, and, you need to take care of your food, and you need to strategize accordingly with every player because every player has a different style of play. So me and my dad, right now I don't watch much, but my dad watches. But more than me, my dad actually watches a lot of matches. But it is really important to, watch, and you will learn more because every time the game changes because we know each other's game, and you need to change it accordingly whenever needed.
Are you all protective parents, or are you parents who want Sindhu to sort of express herself in whatever way she wants now in life?
Of course, now till sports career is over, so we have to protect her. And once she comes up to that level where we feel that she is individually now capable of handling the issues, then at that point of time, as a father and mother, we have to be more cautious and take care of our children.
So you're still taking care of your little child. You're
obviously, because even now,
for you, she's not an Olympic silver medalist. She's still your little girl.
Obviously, for parents, she's a lovely daughter. Ladla hai abhi to.
Sindhu, these are lockdown times. And for the first time, perhaps for several months, you may not have held a badminton racket. What's it been like not being able to play, practice, travel across the world?
It's been something different, I would say, because I've never had like so much break until now. So this is the first time I'm staying home for like more than 2-3 months almost. So it's I've been keeping myself busy where I keep spending time with my parents where I've never spent so much time, and also I keep spending time with my nephew. He's 2 years old right now. So, and that is how I keep learning new stuff. So I've been doing some painting, I've been learning some cooking. So I've been busy this way. But apart from that, I do my training from home, where, my trainer gives me the schedule and I do a little bit of shadows. Yeah, that is how it is. Because in these times, it's very important to stay home and stay safe because, we all have come to a standstill where we don't know, what is next.
Yeah, and with the Olympics also, of course, postponed next year, you almost have to postpone your dream, I guess, of a gold medal by 1 year. Is that a good sign, or does that make it more difficult?
I mean, when I came to know, that the Olympics was postponed, it was a bit sad because I was a bit sad because, we were all prepared and there were just a couple of months to go and we were all set. But then, when they announced that it's going to postpone, I was like, fine, it's okay. I have to work hard because, working hard every day, you need to work hard. That is a process where you need to do. So I was like, it's okay. There's just one more year and I will keep working hard.
I have to ask you all this. Life has transformed for you as a family because you are now the 8th richest athlete according to Forbes, the second after Virat Kohli in terms of India. Is that something that is is that a distraction? Is that something that in any way is a goal that I want to have more riches, or is it about more medals, Sindhu, for you at the end of the day? Are you sort of sometimes bewildered? Look, where is all this money coming from?
Well, when my name was there in the Forbes list, I was really very happy because getting into that with the other top athletes is a very good thing, and that is like that's sort of a motivation, I would say. And it's nothing like distraction because even before, when I used to play tournaments and come back, and I used to have shoots because when they're sponsoring us and we need to do some shoots and stuff, advertising and stuff. So I used to really like it because it's something different from badminton. So it was never like a distraction for me. So it was more of like traveling, coming back, enjoying the shoot, and then again back to practice. So it was always like,
it's not about that. It's not about that you want to buy a BMW or a Mercedes, and which is the latest car that I need.
I mean, I don't think that I need more money, but it is more like getting medals is definitely a big thing because if you get medals, automatically you will get a lot of money.
So the medals come first. But this is a middle class family, Mr. Ramana. I'm sure when you made your daughter start playing badminton, this was not the goal. That,
Yeah.
to have a Mercedes or a BMW, but it changes life, right? I mean, could you have imagined in your time as a volleyball player being in the Forbes list? Surely not. So,
No.
have the values changed of the family, or the values remain the same irrespective of the wealth?
No. The values are same because we should not forget our past from where we have come. So once you have that in your mind, and automatically you will be grounded and you will lead a peaceful life. So let us not think of money may come today and it may go out tomorrow. So that those values where we have come from, we need to remain same.
At the end of the day, I'm presuming sport is about talent. More than any other field, whether cinema or politics, when I see sportsmen, you're all about pure talent. I presume for you, at the end of the day, the goal is to become a better player all the time and win that Olympic gold, isn't it?
Yes, I agree. Totally, yes.
Is that, Mr. Ramana, also what you want, your daughter to win the gold? Will you be dissatisfied if she doesn't win a gold, or it doesn't matter?
No. See, we will work out and we want and we play for the goal. So, it's all on that particular day's performance. So, obviously we will be a little disappointed. But what I say to my daughter is we should do 100%. And this is one opportunity where no player gets when you are so close to that. So, why can't we grab it? So, that's how we have to be. And, we should work for that, keeping aim. Like, every child has some aim in his mind. Like, I want to become a doctor, I want to become a surgeon, I want to become an engineer, I want to become something like. So, when Sindhu has that aim, and as a sports person, it's the aim of every athlete to be an Olympic champion. So, of course, she has got the world championship medal after, struggling for 5 years, the 5th medal. So now, we have already reached to that level of the silver medal. So why can't we try for a gold and grab it when we have now?
Is that something that obsesses you in a way, Sindhu, or it doesn't really matter? Would you be personally disheartened, or do you believe it's just something, if it happens, it happens?
No, I totally agree with him because it's not that I will be very sad if I don't get. Yes, I mean when you lose an opportunity, you will be sad, but at the end of the day, you will just give your best. That is very important, and you need to enjoy the sport. It's not that you don't enjoy the sport and you just do whatever they want you to do. I think that doesn't work. It's just that what you want to do. And yeah, my aim, my goal is to become a Olympic champion. I will try hard for it. Rest of it is all we'll have to just see that day what happens. Is
right, of course.
Yeah.
It is at the end of the day, it depends on the day. But I must ask you, have you ever thought of life after sport, or do you don't even think about life after sport at the moment? Have you thought that all these posters, you're all over Hyderabad skyline, posters all over the country. I see posters of you everywhere. Have you thought about life after sport? What would you like to do? Do a Telugu film?
Life after sports. Well, right now I never thought about it because I'm gonna play a couple of years for sure. And life after sports. I have a job. I have a job in Andhra. Andhra government has given me a job. So yeah, maybe that, yes, after sports.
The good news, of course, is once if and when you retire, you won't have to get up at 4 in the morning. You won't have to take,
Yeah.
you won't have to, you may not even have to keep a diet. You can finally be fully free of all that. So think about that as well.
Yeah.
Even that point of time, what I suggest Sindhu is you have to get up at 5 in the morning to keep yourself fit and to ensure and to encourage some of the youngsters, go and give them some tips and ensure that some good players come so that we get some more medals for the country.
Sure. In fact, let me end with that, Sindhu, that you've been an inspiration for a number of women athletes, and we are seeing this women revolution in a way in sport. You've seen the women's cricket team. We're seeing it with the women's hockey team, and of course, individual sportsmen like you and Saina. Do you believe, therefore, that finally women sportspersons have arrived in India, that you are virtually treated at par with men?
Definitely, yes. Women are doing really well in every sport. If you take any sport from wrestling, in badminton, and in hockey and also many sports, all women are doing really well, and I'm sure that in a couple of years there will be a lot more. And yes, we are equal to men. It's not that we are not doing well or something like that, but yeah, we are doing well. It's just that believe, and we have to believe in ourselves, and we can achieve what we want.
I think that's a very positive note, and that's the real contribution, Mr. Ramana, that you and your wife Vijaya deserve. That you had two daughters, and you decided that you would give them a chance to chase their dreams. And one of them is now, of course, an Olympic silver medalist. And I think you played a huge role as a family in a way, breaking that barrier that existed in Indian sport.
Yeah, what more is required for a parent, And I'm so happy, and we are the only pair, father and daughter, two Arjuna awardees in
That's
one
right.
house with different disciplines. You may have volleyball and volleyball, but volleyball and badminton is a different combination where
Let me leave
athlete has.
Sure. Let me leave you with a secret. My father is an Arjuna Award winner in cricket. But the problem is, I could barely hold a cricket. I mean, I was not very good at cricket because you need to have talent. So the one thing about sport is, unlike in any other field, nepotism won't work. You can only be successful if you have talent. Sindhu, you've shown great amount of talent. That's why you are what you are. It's been a joy talking to you, Mr. Ramana and Sindhu. Thank you so much for joining me here on India Today, India Tomorrow. And if you've been watching, thanks for watching.